Yeah, it's Bill back again. I saved it because I liked it, and I remember where it's at. I'm gonna just jump back to that so I don't get all confused again. So yeah, I was answering his question from his kid's point of view, is how, and so I didn't take the time because my battery runs so low. I don't always get a chance now that there are so many of them. That's part of the reason. I use it when I need to now. I wasn't reviewing like I should, and I should have told you that, and I apologize. But that's the reason. It's too hard for me to keep up with the batteries. So let me see if I can get right back to where I was at. Yeah, so I'm answering the question from the kids' eyes because it's where I remember it from. I remember being the age of their kids, literally, and I can remember. I mean, it's hard to explain, but I can literally remember all the way back there and everything that I've done through. So that's where, when this didn't used to happen. I mean, I could remember it like that, but now I go, because of my brain injury, and it's not anything to do with the brain injury memory-wise. It's just I have to go back that. I don't have to go back that far. I got to go back to a level where I know the answers are pretty well out there. Sometimes, if I go back far enough, I'll see something that I said that I feel bad about. I'll have to go and tell somebody, oh, by the way, remember? And then it's so old they don't even remember what I'm talking about. I mean, I can do that. I don't have to watch it. That's what I'm talking about. So, you know, like, he'll feel bad that I took this much time to take and answer this question. It's a fantastic question for me to have been asked and to have the opportunity to answer, because it's done multiple things for me today. So I'm thanking you for taking the time to ask it. So I am answering the question from literally your daughter and your son's eyes. And all I can tell you is my father and mother, God rest her soul, and I don't say that very often, we never, ever, ever went without. And even when, because my father was far from wealthy, born wealthy. I mean, not the total opposite. I mean, the complete opposite. All the way to who he is now. And like I said, along the way, I think I've said, I must have been hounding him for a lake house. That's what we got, and it's not a cottage. And I mean, my mom would get a new car. He'd stay in the truck. You know, he'd keep his truck. He would give up the things for us, and that's the truth. And then the next person that will give up for us is my mom. And that's how our family lived, and still lives. And so the only places I can see that, and I don't think that, they didn't fail at anything. They did exactly what they thought was the right and best decision for us. And we are where we're at, and we're all doing just fine. So, I mean, if that's the bump we have to go through in life, there's a whole lot worse bumps than the one my father and I suffered through. So, if you ask me, my family did wonderful. And the only part that I feel that that to answer your question, and I do feel better with it this way, is if I were going to bring my children up, I don't have children, but if I had children feeling this way now, the way I do in the environment that I'm in, I would want my children to have, like I did, a great life experience. And not everybody can afford to buy a lake house, but that doesn't mean you can't save up. If you put your budget together, and you might have to shave something here and shave something there. I know my uncle did it for his family, and I know how their family came out, and they did just fine. And he worked for a public service company. So if he can do it, everyone can do it. And he, instead of buying the house, and I mean, we had the house. I know he was welcome to come, but it wasn't an ego thing or anything like that. But it was his family and his friends, and he didn't want to intrude on asking my dad. So, and that's an honorable quality in somebody, I think. So, if everybody thinks, again, this is all the money thing. Everybody thinks that you can make it work. I could take out a family for a whole year, I could do it, literally. Well, I've never fed a whole family. So let's say me, my wife, 4 dogs, 6 chickens, and a cat, and our grocery bill. Stuff that I couldn't find, so on and so forth, grow, whatever you want to. Our grocery bill for the month was $180. So we'd put in $200, but she never hit the 200. And we always did it. We did one big grocery shopping day a month. We would do it together, and we made a nice day of it. And then she would typically, to save the fuel and the mileage on the car, I stayed home and did my thing from home. And so she had the car 99% of, well, it was her car. She'd never had a brand new car, so we bought her that car brand new. She loved it, and I'm glad we did buy it, because she at least had that experience in her life. Everybody should have a brand new car once in their life. I mean, everybody should have that. And but that's the last time. I mean, I've had more than my fair share, and it's a waste of money. I mean, you can literally go buy they literally have 5,000 mile leases if you look them up, and they're usually very high-end cars, but you can find any car in that literally has 5,000 miles on it, and it's $10,000 less than sticker. So, yeah, I'm not going to even waste that time. I'm going to go to the one that's 25,000 miles, because it's still got mañana for me, and I don't care about having the most current car. I just don't care. I'm happy with my bike half the time. I'm sorry that I stopped biking when I got my license, but that's just me. I'm getting off, and I'm sorry. Back to his thing. Let me get back to that. So yeah, I'm going to give it to you from my eyes as a child. And giving all of the things that we were able to have. And I don't care. Nobody needs to know what I was able to have and what I don't have. It all applies. But we were given everything. If we wanted to go skiing, we went skiing. If we wanted to go to the beach for the day, we went to the beach. If we wanted to go to the lake, we go to the lake. And but we appreciate it. We were made to appreciate what we had. and not made like you can't go if you don't understand it. We had to